Welcome back to Endangered Species Spotlight. This week we are talking about the Regent Honeyeater. This is the Regent Honeyeater. It's a type of bird that is endemic to southern Australia, largely in the New South Wales area. And it is classified as being critically endangered in the wild, with only between 250 and 300 individuals remaining in the wild population. Now, these birds are a very important species for multiple reasons. They are very important pollinators of the eucalyptus trees in the area, and they're also considered to be an umbrella species, meaning that the conservation of these birds will also help the conservation of a couple less well-known and charismatic animals and plants also found within the same area. By protecting these more well-known birds, the protection also falls onto less well-known species, and they also get the effects of the protection. Now, there are a couple different factors that have impacted the population of these birds, namely habitat loss, specifically due to a couple very large, very bad bushfires that happened in southern Australia a couple years ago, which reduced the number of breeding sites drastically. So these birds don't have nearly as much as their preferred habitat to go breed and make more baby Regent Honeyeaters. However, actually the main threat to the Regent Honeyeater currently is the Australian government itself, specifically in New South Wales. The New South Wales government is trying to raise the height of a specific dam, tell me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Warragamba Dam, by a significant height, which would increase the level of the water behind the dam. And by increasing the water level, it would flood out a whole lot of Australia's old growth forests and even more decrease the area that is available for these birds to live and breed in. Since they're already such a small population in general, the flooding of some of their last viable habitat would absolutely decimate the population and most likely make them go extinct fully. They are considered to be the rarest bird in New South Wales, and on the list of Australian birds likely to go extinct, they are 7th on the list. And if the dam heightening does go through, it would definitely move them up the list and even possibly make them go extinct fully. Now, there are a couple captive breeding programs in place that are working to increase the captive population. However, a lot of that would just be unnecessary and for no reason if the dam does increase the flood, because even if we breed them in captivity, there's nowhere for them to go in the wild without any viable habitat. If you are Australian, there are a couple things you can go to look up information and possibly sign petitions to stop the dam heightening, to protect the habitat of these very rare birds and hopefully preserve them for a couple future generations, or even longer, ideally.